Shalom, family. It's good to see you all. You know why we are here. We are going to respond to Michael Rappaport. He's been calling out the Black community, and I think it's right that we have something to say. This ain't no one sided thing. I know there are many that believe it should be that way. You got to understand you still got these people that think there are overseers, and they're absolutely not that. So sometimes you just got to come back
From the
and
river to
respond.
the sea, power.
Let me I'm just setting everything up for now, because there are a few of his TikToks that I'm going to show. If somebody think they have the right to call us out, I believe we have the right to respond, period. Now, what is going on over there? It really is none of our business. We didn't start this. And I just love how these folks keep talking about Dr. Martin Luther King. So you mean to tell me the last time you stood up for Black men and women in this country was more than 50 years ago? That's not very impressive at all. That's not very impressive. Oh, well, we were there during the civil rights movement. Yeah, but there was a lot of dirt done to our people along the way, too. And that's what y'all conveniently skip over. There's a lot of dirt, and it wasn't but a year ago y'all were coming on our chats and calling us anti-Semitic, despite the fact that we have told you a multitude of times we are a Shemitic people. We are of Shem. So, and it shows you how we are not respected, because anytime we tell you we are Shem, you still disregard it and call us anti-Semitic. That is the ultimate disrespect. And not to mention, there are Shemitic people all over the globe. And there are folks that want you to believe just this small little group of people are the Shemites, and nobody else. That is so false. That is so false. And sometimes there is a time and place to be silent. And there's a time and place where you must speak out, especially when you see someone dragging your folks day after day over a conflict that we did not start. We were not part of for since 1948. We haven't been part of any of those conflicts at all. But we keep getting dragged. Oh, we're not going to forget. Please don't forget. Please don't forget that we made the choice to stay out. I don't care nothing about what you won't forget. Please don't forget. That's what I'm telling you. Don't forget. So let's get into this. So this is for educational purposes. And if those of you do not have TikTok or you're not on Instagram, then you may be hearing this for the first time. You know, for some reason, we have been degraded, told us we are last, we're the worst of the worst, we're criminals. We're being called criminals even when we don't commit crimes, because, see, that's what happened after chattel slavery. We went from being the slaves, and then the moment we stepped off of the plantation, they tagged us with criminal. And jails went up all over the country because those jails were meant for us and no one else. And it's people like um, Michael Rappaport, they were the owners of those prisons. But we are not gonna get that heavily into history, at least not for now. I'm gonna show you this video, and then I'm gonna respond to what he's saying in this video for educational purposes. Let me go ahead and show this.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is not an impassioned cry for freedom. It means, and has always meant, up until the last 30 days, it means and has always meant the end of Israel, the destruction of Israel, the extermination of all Jews. You can't get from the river to the sea, back to the river without eliminating Israel. You can't change the historic meaning of that while there's hostages being held. Come up with a new slogan. Come up with a new catchphrase. Put it this way. Imagine a bunch of people running around saying the N-word, N-word this, N-word that, and people going, what are you talking about? I go, well, I don't mean it the way you thought. I mean it because it's a term of endearment. It's a term of affection.
All right, so let me stop right there. That slogan that he's directing towards us and then using the N word as if it's an equivalent to a slogan. First of all, that slogan did not come from our people. We did not make up that slogan. So, therefore, I don't understand why he's making this comparison to a slogan that pertains to Palestine and did not come from us, the group that he's addressing. You know, it's amazing how everybody on this earth is always trying to compare their trauma to us. But if we ourselves get on a video or a podcast or even go and be a speaker somewhere and we talk about our pain, they'll try to tell you it wasn't that bad or it's not that. Why do you got to keep talking about race? Why do you have to? Is anybody saying that to this guy? Because he is certainly talking about race over and over and over and over. But, oh, my bad. People like Michael Rappaport, when the people are racist within his group, that goes unchecked. But we are the ones that are expected to denounce each other. And that's one thing I want my people to stop doing. Don't you ever denounce anybody among our group. Even if it's somebody among our group you don't like, you don't denounce nobody at the request of another group of people. Don't you ever do it. And we must shut that down immediately. Nobody on this planet denounce anybody within their group for us, and we must not do it for them. Period. Keith Evans, I know he's married to a black woman, but that doesn't give him free range to drag us. And you don't get support or even what you want out of a person by insulting them. You can't call someone fat all day and all night and think that person's going to lose weight. There won't. Whenever you are negative because you want something out of a person, you're never going to get it. And that's exactly what this man is doing. So that was not a very good comparison, comparing uh the N word to a slogan about Palestine that never came from us. Go if you don't like that slogan, go address the people where it came from. That's my suggestion to them. Find the people where that slogan came from and address them. So let's go on.
Yo, if 20 American tourists, 20 American tourists, forget the 1,200 people that were murdered, slaughtered, civilians. If 20 American civilians, all African American, all black, all ages, were taken hostage, and 10 of them were murdered and raped, and there was 10 surviving American tourist hostages that were all black.
Well, from what I recall, in Buffalo, New York, there was somebody, your shade, Michael, that walked into a grocery store on live stream. Listen to me now, on live stream, and killed 10 black people. You act like you're giving us examples of things that we never, ever had happen. Our people go missing year after year and never seen again. It's been happening to us since we've been around these people. In chattel slavery, our people were snatched. They would take free black men and women, kidnap them, and put them back into slavery. After slavery, they were still trafficking our people. So, as far as we are concerned, we have been on an endless kidnapping, and it has never stopped to this very day. We don't have to imagine it. We don't have to imagine anything. I mean, what scenario are you giving us that we have not had happen to our group of people? None. None. But he seems to think he's making a point. He's not making any point. And this is not the way you get people on your side. Let me go ahead and finish up on what he was saying.
There's not one motherfucker in this country that would be talking about ceasefire. There's not one person. It would be bring the fucking hostages back, and they better be alive. They better be pristine. There wouldn't be no ceasefire. There would be no round. To all my Jewish.
Okay, y'all. Let me stop him there. This is war. In every war in my lifetime that I've seen, there have been ceasefires. In fact, Ukraine and Russia, it has come up even in that war. These things happen all the time in warfare. A ceasefire is not something foreign. All right? It's not foreign. So I don't know why he's talking as if it is. Oh God, thank you so much for the super chat. Just because he got a black wife doesn't give him a pass to talk reckless. No, no, it doesn't. And I agree with you, and sometimes that is the case where a black woman will marry a white man or a white woman will marry a black man. And you see this quite often. I'm glad you brought that up. On TikTok, I have seen several white women that were married to black men come on videos and attack black women. I've seen it a couple of times. And Or you'll see a black woman that's with a white man and she's doing videos attacking black men. To me, why don't you just focus on who you're with and leave our names out of your mouth? So, no, I mean, a ceasefire is one of those things that are called during war. I've seen that through every war that I witnessed on this earth. Somewhere along the line, they want them to put weapons down and go to the table and talk. Michael Rappaport act like this is something foreign. It's not. But see, if you were really the advanced people that you claim you are, you wouldn't be in war at all. You wouldn't be shedding blood at all. You would find a way to work things out. But, you know, we're not getting involved. So, however they resolve this thing, you can best believe none of us are going to be at the table helping them resolve anything. On a spiritual level, aren't we supposed to be separate? We're supposed to be separated from this. We're not supposed to be running to it. So let me go on to this next video where he is also addressing us.
To all my Jewish friends, my Jewish brothers and sisters, stand tall. Stand tall. Do not let this fear, this sadness, this anxiety, and this dread overwhelm you. Draw strength from your family, from your friends, from your ancestors, and the worldwide bond that we share that has always put the battery in your back. We're used to being looked at as different because that's what we are. We are different, and that's a good thing. I know that Jews are looked at as weak, but we're stronger than you can imagine. That's why you hurl propaganda bullshit that we control all the money, we control the media, because it's plausible. It's plausible because we're just that good. Smart, compassionate, moral, and strong people. And we need to stand taller than ever against all those sick, dumb, uneducated, black tar in their blood fucks who hate Jews because they ain't. You hate us because you ain't us.
Okay. So let's go back to what he said. He was talking about us. One thing I know we have all heard is them talking about low IQ and all that stuff. First of all, the IQ is the dumbest thing ever. If you got to take a test to determine whether you are smart or not, you're dumb from the start. Okay. No test should determine whether you're smart or dumb. But these folks need that test. You write your own test and pass your own test, and we're supposed to believe you're real smart. Yeah, whatever. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, that low education. Well, we're not all low educated. If you looked at the news lately, there is actually more black men in college than white men. Go look this stuff up. It does exist. And who holds more degrees than black women? Okay, who holds more degrees than black women these days? So, anyway, he said, "You hate us because you're not us?" No, Michael, I said this before. I do not want to be you. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to sound like you. I don't want to talk like you, walk like you. I know y'all get taught this stuff day and night in these different communities. Oh, at least you're not like them black people. We do not desire to be you. Never have, never will. You know, these insults at at the end of the day is going to just make people resent him more. If you go and look at his TikTok, y'all, the comments are not good. They're not good. Most of the comments in his, most of the if you read through the comments, most of them are against what he is saying. Yeah, you got a few sprinkled in, "Oh, yeah, I agree. Oh, yeah." But the vast majority of what's in his comment section are people talking against him and telling him, "This is the very reason why people are not coming to your side. Listen to the way you talk to people." Just listening to those 3 segments that I showed you, has anybody changed their mind and want to side with these folks after Michael Rappaport spoke? I doubt if this man could win over a rat at this point. Seriously, there is there is no need for us to pick a side. There is none. I'm not enticed to do anything after listening to this man. He got some serious problems. If anything, he should consider getting off of social media for a while because it's not serving him any good purpose in addressing a group of people like this. Or flip it around, start making videos and addressing your own people. That might do you way more good than addressing us. You are talking to and addressing a people that have been through trauma. We have been oppressed. We have faced racism. We have gotten beaten down and killed by police that have been trained by the IDF. We have not been treated like we are respectable human beings since these folks have been around us. So you take all of that, and now you expect us to take on everybody else's problems and trauma too? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But this is what they expect. And another thing, all of this apologize. Y'all got this black apology thing you got going on in your head. If we say something, we need to apologize. If anybody that is non black say something disparaging about you, I notice y'all don't get on the soap can and demand those apologies. We see you. Trust me, we see you. We see you. You know, they got upset with us over Kyrie and the videos that we put out. It was around this time last year when all that stuff with Kyrie Irving had jumped off. Oh, he need to apologize. Oh, that apology ain't good enough. Oh, we need an apology. And then they came rushing to our comment section. You're anti-Semitic. You're anti-Semitic. Oh, trust me, we don't forget either. We don't forget either. But listen, y'all, George Santos lied and said he was of Jewish ancestry. And come to find out, he was not. They didn't demand nary apology from him. They didn't demand nary apology from him. Okay? That's how we know. When you hear apology from them, you know it's a black person. So they're very explicit about who these apologies come from. Just know that, y'all. He lied and said he was Jewish, and I think he even went as far as saying his mother's family was in the Holocaust. And come to find out, George Santos lied about everything. He is not of Jewish ancestry. But nobody jumped up and demand this apology. And then, if y'all remember, around the same time, because all that stuff came up with Kanye, the same time Trump dragged them. Trump dragged them. He called the Jews over here in America a bunch of ingrates. Yes, he did. Go back and look. And he said it publicly. He said it publicly. Nobody got on the soap can screaming about no apology. So we see you. We see you. So I hope, because I saw some of the videos, I saw Terrain and Kid Gravity and a few other videos, addressing Michael Rappaport. And these things must be done because, look, we already said what our position is. Isn't it amazing? We get killed out in these streets every single day. I don't see nary Palestinian or Israeli running to our side when we are killed in these here streets, unarmed. I don't see them running by our side when our people are mass incarcerated over crimes that never happened. I don't see them. All they can do is babble about stuff that happened more than 50 years ago. That's it. 50 years ago. Oh, with Dr. King. Oh, the civil rights. You know how long ago that stuff happened? And the people that are bringing this up to you, ladies and gentlemen, many of them weren't even alive. They weren't even alive. But they're sitting here telling us what they did 50 years ago. And what about Daniel Hawthclaw when he raped all those black women? Did you see any Palestinian women, anybody from the Jewish community or any community outside of ours that came to our aid? See, that's why when Roe v. Wade was overturned and white women took to Twitter screaming about black women joining them, this is why we didn't. Because when Daniel Hawthclaw raped all those black women, y'all did not show up. Nobody from a women's organization showed up. Nobody came for moral support. Y'all did not turn out at all. But as soon as something impacts you, you make a beeline over to us. No, it's just not going to, this one sided love affair, it's over. It's never going to be like that again. You're never going to see those days come back. The times of us taking up everybody's fight, that those times are over. We just can't focus on you and focus on getting our reparations, getting our crime bill, and doing something with these cops and qualified immunity. We can't fight your battles and ours. We can't. Just like we don't expect you to fight our battles and your own. We don't have those expectations. and you should not have those expectations when it comes down to us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. He talks to us in a very abrasive, abusive, and condescending way, and really think he's gonna get somewhere talking like that to us. He won't. He won't. We can't do this anymore, y'all. We got to focus on our causes and the things that we want. We can't take on the burden of the planet. We're already a broken people. We've already suffered trauma. We have already been abused. And now you're going to take those same people and want them to bear your burdens too? No, we can't do it and we won't do it. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And Ozzy Edwards, AO God, and Judah's Lion, thank you so much for the super chats. I really do appreciate it. So, y'all, please share the live stream with as many people as you can. And we have to attend to family business. What's going on in Israel and Palestine is not family business. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy our time together, and I pray you enjoy the rest of your week. Shalom, family.